Hello and welcome back to the Wheel Talk podcast. My name is Abby Mickey and I am here with a lot of friends for the 2025 Wheel Talk draft. We did this last year and it was super fun. We thought we'd bring it back this year, but we've got some new faces. Of course, our new regular and fan favorite, Georgie Howe.
Hi, it's very kind of you. Happy to be here. Very nervous. Very, very, very nervous.
And you know her from the Tour de France Daily podcasts, her amazing stories written at the race for Escape Collective, and also various other endeavors. Matilda Price, Tilda, back with us.
Good morning. I am also nervous. I have been slightly out of the bubble for several months now. My knowledge is going to be tested.
And the beautiful, the lovely Gracie Elvin.
Hello, g'day, g'day.
And last year's draft champion, Matilda Reynolds. Tills. This is what threw me off when introducing Tilda, is we've got two Matildas on the podcast today.
Thanks, Abby. I'm sure you'll cue the We Are the Champions music, but yeah, rocking in. All these people talking about like they're nervous and all the prep and spreadsheets they've done, mate, it's all on feel. You just got to get the vibe. It was all on the vibe. Just a little pro tip from the winner last year.
And we don't have Lauren with us on the podcast today in person, but she's hopefully here virtually, especially because she drew first pick. So instead of going, as we probably should, with the winner of the draft going first, we ended up with new people on the draft this year, drawing names out of a wheel, and we will go in that order. But before we dive in, how's everyone doing?
Wait. If I can just say, I've launched an investigation with the Cycling Alliance about this. Somehow I am last on the pick and an investigation has been launched. So just wait.
Yeah. Abby built that wheel herself. She coded it so it would be last.
It was heavily weighted somehow. So I am last, everybody. But that's okay.
I like that you think I'm that smart.
Disadvantages. It won't bother me. I'll come from the back.
Where there's smoke, there's fire, Abby. So
yeah, I did. I was straightforward. I did have to do it twice because I did it, and then I was looking at it, and I was like, I feel like this is one short, and then I realized I forgot myself. But I don't have any complaints about how it went.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't, Demi Vollering.
Oh, Before we dive into the draft, team names. Now, last year, we had a lot of fun with the team names, and we are going to do the same this year. We'll get Lauren's team name from her as soon as she starts responding to text messages. As for me, I'm going with my usual line of thinking. My team name this year, last year, I was Death by 1,000 Attacks. This year, I will be the Tortured Breakaway Department.
That's good. That's very good.
Why, thank you. I was quite proud of myself when I thought of that. All right, next in the lineup for the draft, Gracie Elvin. Team name, hit us with it.
Oh, I probably should have put more thought into this, but I thought might give away my first pick as well. It's going to be Lamborghini powered by Tony's Chocolonely.
Woof.
And purely because a rider I'd like to see with that team name would be really good. And I just really love that chocolate. That's my favorite chocolate. And I used to be obsessed with it living over in Europe. And now it's in Australia and I buy it at an exorbitant price here. And it's great.
It's a good chocolate. It's a good chocolate.
Yeah.
All right, next up in the draft, Matilda Price. Tilda?
Well, mine, I've secured two really big sponsors. One doesn't actually make a road bike, but I think we're just going to ignore that. So I'd like to introduce you to Team Santa Cruz Shimano. Shimano making my bike now, yeah. I've got a neutral
Never
service
heard
bike.
of it.
wow.
Santa Cruz would do a nice paint job on a road bike.
It would be
Love it.
good. It would be good.
All right, next, Georgie.
So I'm doing, I have gone very modern with my sponsors this year, and I've gone for Specialized Win Collective Racing, Specialized being the bike, Win being Serena Williams's makeup brand, and Monarch Collective being a female-specific investment fund.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
And finally, Tills.
Oh, I'm not going as funny. I'm going to stick with my collective that I had last year, and I'm going to go the Suffragettes Collective. I just had a
Ooh, nice.
conversation actually with Liz Heppel, who was she was represented Australia at the Tour de France Femme in 1988. And I was like, Jesus, where are you? She was like one of the originals. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Suffragettes Collective.
Amazing.
I misspelt that. I'm so sorry to the history of the suffragettes movement. I get severe anxiety from spelling in front of people. Like, you know, in college when like you're given like a marker or something and you have to be the one who's like transcribing on the chalkboard or whatever. Like, it's a big fear of mine is to misspell something there.
Then I gave you the right job.
Yeah, thank you. This is I'm sweating already.
All right, we'll dive into the picks. So first pick is Lauren, but as I said, she's not here with us today. So we already gave her a lot of Kopecky. We could have given her someone else, but we're nice like that. And she's one of her favorite riders. She's probably going to have a fantastic year. So Lauren, you're welcome. Lotte Kopecky is your rider number 1. Up next, myself. And I'm sorry, Gracie. I don't know if this is where your team name was going, but my first pick is Elise Longoborghini.
No, that, yeah.
I'm not making that mistake again. Letting her slip through my fingers.
Like, that would have been hard though, because, you know, you should have picked Vollering, really, like logically. And I then should have gotten Longo Borghini purely based on UCI points. But like, I get it. I totally get it. I think she's in for a really good season. She's only been getting better and she's come out flying already. So yeah, you've ruined my team name, but I'll just take my revenge at some other point in the season, Abby, and I'll take Vollering.
I'll tell you my reasoning for not picking Vollering. It's because she released her schedule of races and it is very little.
That's true. But if she wins every one of them, then you're still on top. So
that's true. Valid point.
She's a volatile pick in my opinion as well. You know, just really know what's going to happen.
All right, Tilda.
I'm going to take Lorena Wiebes, please.
You sure can have that.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying please.
I mean,
Georgie?
I'm English. I'm polite.
Good. I'm going to go Cassia Niewiadoma.
Controversial.
I don't reckon Cassia is going to have the season this year, now that you've locked her in. I just reckon she's really soaked up, which is really good. It's one of the saddest things I think about cycling is that even when you win the biggest race, the next race is so close that it all depends on how you went in that race almost. That, you know, I feel for cyclists. Even like, yeah, just when they've had a really good result, if they didn't have a good result the following race, they're so quick to judge themselves. And so I love that Cassia, it seems like she's really soaked up and really enjoyed being the winner of the Tour de France, and which is what you want to see. But I wonder how that's going to affect her season this year. We'll see, Joe.
Yeah, like when you win a race and the high is so high that then it's kind of hard to refocus and recenter, and you see people like have one incredible race and then you're like, okay, well they're definitely going to follow that up for the rest of the season, and then that's kind of all that they have.
Yeah.
And I guess it's interesting that she said she'd like to win 3 in a row as well. Like, that's a lot of extra pressure that you're putting on yourself.
Yeah. I think she'd just be enjoying the forest with her partner in the Colorado. But yeah, a bit of forest bathing.
And Tills, you get 2 in a row.
I'm going to go Liana Lippert and Anna van der Breggen.
Okay.
Yeah. Anna van der Breggen's a really good pick. Was curious when she would get brought up, because obviously it's like a bit of it could be a bad pick, you never know, but based on how she went in Valencia, I think she's going to be one to watch. Georgie, second pick?
I'm going to go with Persico.
Good pick. She's looking really good this year.
Yeah.
Tilda.
Right, I feel like I need a GC rider now, or a climber at least, so I'm going to take Evita Musique, please.
All right.
Although I don't it's hard to tell how many opportunities she's going to get now.
But she's French and she's on a French team.
Exactly.
Have the faith.
Gracie?
Can I have Balsamo? She hasn't been picked yet.
Yeah, you can have Balsamo, absolutely.
Yes.
Are you one day going to say no, Georgie? You can't have that.
No.
I know. I mean, like, well, I feel like being the pen master, I have the authority to say a veto a certain option if need be.
Yeah.
Okay. This is tough. Do I go with my heart?
Oh, it's always helped you so much in the past, Abby. Go with your heart.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go with Voss. My number
Oi.
one pick from last year. I'm keeping her.
Just the goat.
I got her back from Lauren. She's sending me through names.
Oh, great.
She would like Cecily.
Ooh, interesting.
Next one.
She's got a good vibe. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and next one for her is also Kim LaCourte.
Ooh, nice.
It's a really solid pick.
Mm.
All right. I'm going to go with Pfeiffer, Georgie. Yeah, I feel good about that. I'm going heart picks again.
Having ridden with Pfeiffer, she is a weapon. Her 40-second power is like 800 and something.
Yeah, and she's coming back into the season hungry after the missing most of the end of last year after the tour crash.
Oh yeah, and comes
I saw her
from a
walking.
good family, happy head.
Yeah. She's awesome.
Yeah.
She's when I asked her what her favorite Taylor Swift song was, she said "All Too Well" 10-minute version, and you really can't go wrong with someone whose favorite Taylor Swift song is that absolute banger. So,
Brilliant.
Gracie,
All right, Gracie.
I think I had her last year. I'm going to go Daggett.
Oh, nice.
I
Solid.
feel like she's going to do some more road racing this year.
she's gonna do some damage this year. I think.
Yeah.
I think she might win Paris-Roubaix, to be honest.
Yeah, we did say that, didn't we?
Tilda?
This is also a rider who I'm hoping is going to have a few more road race days this year. I'll take Pug Peterson, please.
No, damn it. Girl. I was literally just Googling if she'd released her schedule. It's like,
Yeah.
wait, where did it...
Georgie?
I'm gonna go for my young pick, and I think I'm gonna go Antonia Niedermeyer.
Nice. Tills?
I'll go the comeback of and replacement of Grace Brown, Marlon Russo. And I will go Ali Wollaston as my young pick.
Oh, Wollaston. Damn it.
Wollaston's 24.
She's still young.
Isn't she under 23? It's got to be an under 23.
Settle down, mate. I've still got people.
My rules are kind of just like so that there were rules in place. There's not really much.
The 3-on-1 team was a good one. That
Yeah.
caught us a few at the back end.
Okay, Georgie.
Oh shit, me again. I'm gonna pick this next one. Is she's always had she had a really strong last couple of years actually. Now she's in a world tour side. I think with some more support, she'll have a great year. Talita de Jong. Yeah, was pretty bloody consistent the past few years.
Tilda?
Well, I really wanted Talita de Jong, sadly. But instead, I'm going to a rider who's had a very good start to this season and I think is going to be more consistent again this year is Naomi Rueg.
Yeah, damn it. That was my next pick.
Because you start with a lot of points.
I had her last year.
She's good, obviously.
I
that
felt
was
really
a bit of my
smug
tactic
last
year.
Going with the early winners. All right, who you got this time, Gracie?
Oh, I'm tossing up. I'll go Bredewald.
Damn it! That
Bredewald.
was gonna be my next pick. All right, I picked her last year, and it went well for me, and I feel like she's still a good pick. So I'm gonna go with Caroline Swinkles.
Oh, she was on my list. She's looking good this year.
She is.
She's going to get a lot of top 10 points for you at least.
It's about consistency. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's consistency. Like you could win 4 races in 1 year, 4 World Tour races in 1 year, but if you're top 10 in like 20 races, then
I feel like she's got some podiums like coming though pretty soon. So
she had a really good. Was she at UAE?
Mm.
Yeah, she had a good
She's
one.
been at a lot of stuff already this year.
And she's got a pretty handy time trial on her from memory. I'm just waiting. I'm stalling because I'm waiting for Lauren to send through her next pick. She did say that she trusts she trusts me to pick her next pick if she doesn't respond. So I'll go to my master spreadsheet and I'm going to give her another Belgian, Justine Jakira.
nice. She would be happy with that pick.
I think she'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
All right, Abby.
No, one more
she
for
goes.
Lauren.
Oh
Yeah,
gosh.
snake style draft.
I'm gonna give her. Oh, this is I'm gonna give her Silka Smulders.
Nice. Okay. My next pick, I'll go with Charlotta Cool.
I was just thinking, actually, no one's picked Cool yet.
Yeah.
Who am I going to pick? I like Micah van der Duin.
Nice pick. I added her to my spreadsheet early today. She's gonna have a good one, I think.
There's a few youngsters that are going to have a good year, I think.
All right. Next, Tilda.
I'm going to go for a rider who hopefully is going to build on a very good 2024, Paulina Royackers.
Nice.
Yeah, she really tapped into something last year. It was super impressive.
Yeah. When you look at the results altogether, it's crazy.
Georgie?
I'm gonna go Bray.
And Tills, wrap up the 5th round. And we're halfway through this thing.
I'm going to go Neve Bradbury. She's had
Nice.
a quiet start, wasn't 100% for this Aussie summer, had a break, but I think she'll, particularly depending on how, Nia Doma goes, she'll be a key rider for them. Hopefully get her opportunities.
Yeah, if Kasha doesn't have a great year, she'll be their first pick to kind of replace her as their top GC rider. I don't think Sile has done well in GCs in the past, but I think because they've put so much into Bradbury the last couple years, they would be more willing to give her more GC leadership.
And then my next one is my kid is Kat Ferguson.
That's a really good pick. Okay, Georgie?
I'm just trying to figure out what I have and what I need. I think I need a sprinter or a time trialist. Lily Williams.
I rate her. I want her
Thank
to
you.
do well. I think she's definitely putting herself in the pointy end lots.
She has, coming off a gold medal last year, she's motivated. She can focus purely on the road. I think she's in for a good one.
Tilda?
I'm going to get my young rider as well, Marion Bunel, please. Yeah, I think she hopefully is going to get some big opportunities on Visma Lease bike despite her age, and she's super talented. And we need a kind of young rider to shake the boat of the GC riders and the climbers, I think. I think she could be it.
Yeah, and I think it'll be interesting to see how they handle her and Pauline Ferrand-Prévot at the same time. Like, obviously, Pauline's come out saying that she has some really big goals for this year, but she also is coming back to the road after, I think, like we've talked about it before, her coming back versus Van der Breggen. Van der Breggen was still in the road scene and like knew how to excel on the roadside with like coaching Demi and everything. Whereas Pauline's coming back, and watching her at UAE, I was really curious if she felt like she was on good form, comparing it to when she used to race road in February versus being on good form in 2025 in February is like the same as the peak in 2018, 2017 when she was racing.
It's just interesting with her that it's surprising that her target is the tour, when I actually think she could do so much better at targeting the classics and the Ardennes. And so I don't like that whole dream of a French, and they've tried, they say that they've designed the courses for her and stuff like that. It's just not. I think it's going to be a bit beyond it, but it'd be a good pick still.
Gracie, who you got?
All my young riders that I've been looking at, can I pick one that's already 23, or do they have to be younger than 23?
I think U23 includes 23.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm tossing up between a couple.
Your rules do say under 22, Abby, but feel free to change them.
Oh, that's what the spreadsheet says? Classic.
Yeah.
Classic me.
Depends who you pick, Gracie.
Yeah. I'm going to pick Cedrine Cabal.
Oh, yeah.
Another strong French rider.
Good one.
Man, the Frenchies they've got a lot of promise in coming down the pipeline. referred to the article that I wrote last year. The next Tour de France winner, next French Tour de France winner is a woman. That was a good one. Okay. I'm going to go with another heart pick. Anna Henderson.
Yeah.
I hope she has a good year.
Lauren would like Daria Pikalik.
Nice.
She gets another one, right?
Yep.
I'm going to give her another, because I don't think I've given her an under 22 yet. I'm going to give her Laura de Schepper from AJ, Belgian. Tagged to have a pretty good year coming up. Abby?
This is where I get stressed. I feel like the first 4 picks are easy because you just kind of run through.
This
But
is
then
where
you
I
need to
get
use your knowledge.
stressed because I've obviously got names on my list and you're just waiting for the person to say it, whether they're going to pick yours or not. Abby, out with it.
I am going to go with
The suspense.
Chiara Consoni. I'm just super curious how she's going to go on Canyon.
I can't tell if it's going to be better or worse. I think there is a chance that she falls off a bit because
Yeah,
the pressure is different, the freedom is different. Yeah.
On UAE, they only really sent her to races that they thought she was going to win. And I think on Canyon, they're going to send her to more races. So she'll have more opportunity, which means that maybe she'll have more results. And she's so consistent. When she wins, it's few and far between. But throughout the season, she racks up so many podiums. She's consistently the 3rd best sprinter in the peloton.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Gracie.
Tossing up between 2 Trek riders. I think I'm going to go, just double checking, she's not already been picked.
They haven't been.
Neve Fisher-Black.
Yeah, I think I was very surprised that she hadn't been picked already. That's why I was like, I find it more surprising at this time when it's not who's being picked, but who hasn't been picked yet. I think for Neve,
it's kind of like the dynamics of the team, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of well, they're really
Yeah.
good, but they're not the leader, so
But
they
I
have
just,
to work more
I
or
don't know
whatever.
whether Gaia's really got to step up in terms of her bunch handling. She definitely can climb, but she's just starting so far back. But I think with Neem, I think she'll be really good because I don't think her summer is anything. I think she would have been so shocked, Gracie, at the level at TDU because she hasn't done TDU in 3 years. Last time she did it was when she was with the New Zealand cycling team. And SD work, she never had to be in that type of form, Jan, 14th. So I reckon I feel she would have prepared similar to SD Works days. So yeah, I think it's a really good pick. Yeah, I think she'll do it.
Gaia also doesn't have Brody this year to be her Gaia monitor. And I feel like at a certain point, the team is going to not want to put the resources towards constantly making sure that Gaia is in the right position. And when they have someone like Neve, who is arguably the same level of climber, who doesn't have to have a babysitter all the time.
Yeah, I don't want to put this statement out just because of what we saw at UAE, but I definitely agreed with your previous podcast around this is the year of UAE, and I felt like the downfall of Trek a little bit just with what we'd seen, some questionable tactics, and yeah, just very surprising the way they were racing so far. But yeah, it'd be interesting.
All right, next, Tilda.
Well, on that note, I'm going to pick a UAE rider. The rider that I think they think is hopefully going to replace Consoni in terms of consistency and hopefully just this year at a high level, and that's Sophie Van Rooyen. Super impressed by her, super excited.
I know this next pick, she was likely to be second fiddle in the team, particularly in the high mountains, but she had a really consistent year last year, and I think will get her own chances at possibly the smaller races. And given that her teammate is not going to be racing all that much, it'll probably leave the door open for her to pick up the slack there. So I think I'm going to go Juliette Lebeau.
She is one of the highest ones in the ranking that hasn't been picked yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Tills, double picks.
Yeah. Yeah, on that note, I'm going to go with Guy Riolini. based off
Yeah.
just, seconds and thirds. And then I'm going to go the can't be tamed. Don't know what she'll do. Could see her all season and could never see her again. Christian Faulkner.
Yeah, I was definitely wondering if someone would pick her, because again, she could just come out and win heaps or nothing.
Yeah, I've got a team, a
Hard
lot of podiums, not too many number ones. Yeah, she'll be there, thereabout.
I was just looking at the EF lineup just as Tills was talking there. Yeah, there's a lot of, I think on that team, it'll either work or it won't. So my next pick actually, because I think just need a bit more classics power and also wind ability, I'm gonna go Lucinda Brand. She had a storming cross season.
Yeah.
She's gonna come into the road season angry after the Worlds.
Oh, for sure. And she she won the most money out of men and women in cross this season. So she's on some ripper form.
Tilda?
I'm gonna go for Marta Lack. I'm very
Nice.
intrigued to see how the move to SC Works goes. I think considering who they don't have anymore, she will still be in a fairly similar role to at Sarah Tizet in terms of freedom and having the chances to be leader. It's not really like a big fish into small pond move that it could have been, because she is actually one of their more successful riders now, I think.
Yeah, good pick. Gracie?
I think I would like Kim Kadzau.
She's on my list.
I think she's looking a bit sparkly this year.
She'll be really good. I was speaking to someone about her the other day. She'll go really well. I think she struggles a bit just, being in Europe the whole time. But I think she's so well supported over there with EF. It definitely head cracks anyone when you just want to be home at times. But yeah.
She seems to be pretty happy in Andorra though. I think her husband has moved over
that's
as well.
what needs to happen. Yeah, is he just needs to get there and get the support network. And I reckon I think she'll do really well. She'll be their top rider.
Funny story, her balcony overlooks my daughter's daycare. And so she could in the summer, she can stand there and make sure Lila's being nice to everybody else. She just plays in the corner by herself. I was like, keep an eye on that Alicia. She's a character. Right, I'm gonna go with Shirin Van Anrooy.
Yeah, she was on my list. That was who I was trying to toss up with the Drex.
I think she's another one that I really, I don't know how she's gonna go this year.
And especially because she bounced off so well with Elisa in the past.
Yeah, exactly. They were like a power duo last year, and that's partially why she's so high in the rankings, is just because of how well she worked with Elisa in the classics. But maybe that means she'll get more leadership this year. Depends.
Yeah, hard to say.
How's Lauren doing?
Lauren would like Monica Trinko Connell.
Oh wow.
Then you to the Jayco squad. And her next one will be Clara Caponi.
Nice. Okay. I'm going to go with Ingvild Gaskin.
Nice. She is on
good pick as
some
well.
hunger this season.
Wow, I really don't have any climbers on mine, except for Elisa. They're just so they're so hit or miss. Either they're on it and they have an amazing season, or they just don't find it this during the season. And if you can't find it in the beginning, your season is basically a write-off.
Do you think that's because climbers ride that knife edge of what's possible for their bodies more than any other discipline?
Yeah, for sure. I think so.
Yeah. Well, my next pick is, I'm kind of surprised no one's picked her, but I think that leadership on the team is going to be a tough one to navigate, but I think she's actually going to be better this year because of that, and that's Elise Shabby.
Oh, I thought she'd already
Speaking of climbers.
Honestly, I thought she'd be. She's looking she just looks like she's enjoying it. Yeah, already.
Yeah, she looks really good.
That's a good vibe.
Yeah.
Yep. Honestly thought she was taken.
Tilda?
Well, I need an older rider. And I'm honestly like I'm not really into PFP necessarily. So I think I'm gonna go for Mavi Garcia.
Oh, I picked her last year and she left me wanting more. I really thought she was going to be good.
Yeah, she's kind of good at being around, but maybe not winning. And I feel like at some point it's gonna run out, isn't it? Like,
She's good at making the climb really hard and then she gets attacked.
Yeah, she loves a good toe.
Frustrating.
Yeah. We're getting to it's an awkward end of the list. I'm gonna go for a slightly unorthodox pick. Sarah Van Dam from Sarah Tizet. I like the way they're racing. She's got some really good legs on her this year.
I'm just checking if you want to speak to my rider. I'm gonna go Letizia Paternoster from Liv Alula Jaco. She obviously finished the season quite strongly, crashed out of UAE on the first stage, so we didn't really get to see her, and was focusing on the track a lot last year. So I think she'll be, and particularly when you look at Liv Alula, just who are they going to be going for in a lot of those races? And then, because it's my last pick and I can't do anything about it anyway, I'm very surprised that no one's picked Ellen when you were talking about an older rider, Hilda.
She was kind of on my last.
I thought, yeah.
So you want
Pauline? No. I've already got a time trial. Pauline's got to do something.
Pauline.
Yeah, she's got to do something. She'll be my old rider.
That's your team, Tills.
That's it. It's been good doing business with you.
You happy with that?
No, I was forced into that completely, so not really. Had no other choice.
Watch you still win the draft though. Like
that's the only choice I had. So the rest is in the gods.
Yeah, true. I'm just going through the rankings on Pro Cycling Stats at the moment to see if I've missed anyone. But I feel like Movistar's been a team that we haven't really, apart from Rosa and Lippert, we haven't really seen. I'm kind of tossing up between two. One is a heart pick because I think she'd be really pissed off after her season last year, and particularly with how things eventuated with the Olympics. So I think I might go with Rihanna Marcus. I think she'll be in for looking to have a really good season and bounce back, particularly with the new team.
I feel like the only thing with Marcus is like she's trying so hard to be a GC rider, and I don't know necessarily if she can compete with the likes of Vollering and like even Niwadoma, like when it comes to GC, but she's such a strong rider.
I know, and I just wish she'd lean into her strength, and I'm hoping this might be the year where she realizes that.
Yeah.
But we'll see. But she is like such a strong time trialist, classics rider. And so if she lent into that, then maybe, but we'll see.
Okay, Tilda, last pick.
This is the hardest one, isn't it? I don't really I feel like I want like 4 more riders. I'm worrying that I haven't got enough classic strength. I'm stressed. I'm worried. But I think I'm going to go for a rider who is always very consistent and I think is pretty underrated. Possibly just because of the fact that we don't really speak to her much and we don't know her very well. But Arlena Sierra.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
She kind of still goes under the radar after all these years.
Yeah.
So talented.
Yeah, she doesn't win all that much, but she is very consistent in kind of all types of races, which I think is what I need.
She was the one I was looking at when I was like, Marcus.
I thought you were.
Yeah.
Gracie?
I'm trying to decide whether I try and pick another points getter or just get a heart pick. And also trying to think about what teams I've missed, because I've definitely doubled up on a few of the bigger teams. And I think I need a smaller team I'm just trying to think about who I picked. I think I picked Christina Schweinberger last year. Maybe I'll pick the other Schweinberger this year, Catherine from Human Powered Health.
She's been performing well so far.
I think so.
Yeah, they'll get sent to so many 1.1 races.
Yeah, that team I think is going to get some good points. So I'll just do the smart move and leave out my heart pick.
Feels like the talent's so well spread at the moment.
Yeah.
The top is still top, but the second and third tier really lifted. Like when I look at everyone's teams, there's really good names across the board.
I think that just speaks to women's cycling though, like how much it's lifted.
I'm like keen after we're done with this to talk a little bit about who didn't get picked. Just because there's a couple like really good ones that it's just like it would be such a risky move. I feel like I need a climber, but I'm like there isn't a climber that I see on the rankings that is giving me confidence. I am gonna go with
Your team is absolutely stacked, Abby. Like you could get over 9
I know
riders at this
who
point.
you should pick. It should not been taken. Oh my god. Georgie?
who?
No.
Text me.
What?
Did you not pick Silka?
Yeah, she's in there.
No, Silka's been
She's
picked by Lauren.
picked for Lauren.
her.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go with a smaller team as well. Are we allowed to pick non-World Tour riders? Is that in my rules that I picked I wrote down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna go with Scarlett Soren
Okay.
Charlotte.
from Volca Vessels.
Okay.
Very nice.
I got a lot of sprinters, which is very ironic for me.
They do
but-
get points though, to be fair.
Yeah, Volca Vessels like they'll be on the points hunt as well this year. I don't think they have ambitions of going World Tour, but they are doing really well in the rankings.
Wow, they signed her up for a long time.
Okay, Lauren's final pick.
She would like the ever consistent Georgia Baker
Yeah, not bad.
for her
Nice.
last. Yeah. I think Baker's going to be good in the classics, and I'm so pretty happy that Lauren's got her on the board.
All right, whew, that's it. The draft is done. We can all sleep tonight.
But will you be able to
stress
sleep
is-
for the rest of the season, Abby? You got so stressed last year.
Oh man, I know. I really don't like competing, but I love it. I love it and I hate it, you know?
I think Alex Manley will have a good season. It's just starting a bit slow.
Well, yeah, let's have a chat about who missed
Yeah.
out. And there's actually not a lot of Aussies
Rose,
on there on the list.
that's what I have on my list. Yeah, I've got a lot of Aussies on my list that missed it. Like Spratt, probably definitely going into a different role now, but Rose McGannon, Manley, Ella Wiley comes to mind.
Roy. I think Roy's going to have a good season.
Yeah, I don't know. I think once it gets hectic, I think she's had a great start for sure. But she's
Yeah,
definitely been
talking to a few people
supportive
though, like
role.
she's pretty motivated, and it was a kind of a different Roy that I saw this summer than previous years.
Yeah, Moolman Pasio, she's like obviously started her season at UAE and was a little bit behind on that climb. I feel like but she keeps coming back for a reason. Like I think she'll have big goals this year, but I feel like with her because she's such a veteran of the peloton and because she has specific goals, she's not going to rock up to any old race. Like she's going to have like 13 race days throughout the entire year.
Yeah. What about Franzi Koch? Like, I feel like she's going to have a bit more of a leadership role this year on DSM.
She had such a good end of the season last year too, or like second half of the season.
Yeah, she's always present, isn't she?
Also, one of Gracie's picks last year, Dominika Włodarczyk. I was surprised she didn't get picked up because she's kind of started the season off really strong.
She was one of my contenders, but I feel like there's so many riders you could pick from UAE, like Gasparini, Magnaldi, like so many.
No Norsgaard, Abby. I was wondering whether that was going to be your. No one picked Norsgaard, yeah?
No one picked her.
Yeah.
No, yeah, she's another one where it's like she's such a specific rider, and Trek has that type of rider in multiple different forms. So like, how are they going to decide? How are they going to divvy up leadership, or how are they going to play their cards? Like, will her and Shirin and Anna Henderson be able to ride together in a way that will be conducive to results, or are they all just kind of fumble it? And a lot of that comes down to leadership and how leadership handles all of them riding together, and how the team manages all the changes this year and being without Eliza. I think the fact that they still have Lizzie Dagnan on the team helps the transition from, you know, what they were the last couple of years to what they're leaning into being in the future. But that depends like what races she goes to and how present she is. I mean, I think she will be present, but I mean like how physically present she is, like how often she's at races and who she overlaps with. I think that's going to be a huge factor
Yeah,
as well.
Lizzie was my heart pick. I did want to put her in at the end there, but I think that she's going to be so crucial for them to keep this ship steady that I'm not sure actually how many results that she's going to be able to go for herself. I think she'd have a bit of fire in her belly being the last season, and I'm sure that she's earmarked a few races to be like, that would be a pretty cool thing to win for my final season. But I'm not, yeah, like it's a funny team makeup that we're not quite sure how it's going to play out this year. So I'm not quite sure where Lizzie fits into all of that, apart from being a really good road captain. And Van Dyke as well. Like I was keen to pick her more as a heart pick, but like last year she had such a crash hot entry back in after having a baby, and then it just kind of fizzled out for a few different reasons. That I think that she's going to be super motivated to come back again. She had plenty of comebacks, but you know, want to assume anything of how she's with her motivations, but I think having a baby and having the year that she had last year, mentally that is really tough to like front up again with like such a strong field now and just keep bashing your head against that wall. Like she's so capable, but like it's also a big ask.
Yeah.
I was just thinking another rider who a few years ago would have been like a top 10 pick and hasn't even made it this year is Cavalli. And it's like really hard to know what this year is going to look like for her, because it's like almost going in blind because we just have nothing to go off. And I would really like to see her return to like some semblance of her old self, but it's going to be hard. And I don't know that DSM or whatever their name is now actually the best place to do that.
Yeah, I really scratched my head when DSM announced her, because we all know how strict DSM can be and how hands-on they are, and given her history, it's an interesting choice to go to that team, and I'm curious how that partnership is going to go. But like, I love Cavalli. I hope she can get back to that top form, and it's going to be interesting to see like if she can this year with DSM, if that kind of environment helps her, because it's like a sink or swim environment. Like you've got Pfeiffer Georgie's been there forever and she loves that team and she does really, really well there. But we've also seen riders there for 1 year and then leave because the amount of people that have access to all of your data is like it's too stressful and it's too hands-on. So that'll be really interesting to see. I feel like looking at all of these, all of our teams and all of our picks, it'd be really interesting to compare the picks to last year and like who was picked last year that didn't get picked this year and who wasn't on the radar at all last year and is now like one of the top picks, like Kim LaCourte, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the draft.
Now let the
I'm already
the
stressed.
banter and the bashing begin.
Yeah.
So smack talk for the next 10 months.
Yeah, exactly. We've had our season openers at TDU and UAE, but the real season starts this weekend with Omloop Pet Newsblad, and we'll be able to see if any of these picks were good choices. But we still have the trade when the tour season starts before Vuelta. So if we need to swap someone in, heaven forbid, we'll have that at the end of May or at the beginning of May.
That's scary. That's a scary prospect. So we can there's a full trade season.
There is. Yeah, we can trade one rider. We have one trade. Gracie last year opted not to trade anyone at all.
It was absolutely her downfall. I do know.
Really?
I'm just letting
Which rider were you
everyone
going
know.
to trade?
So everyone knows Gracie actually would have won, but we never said that. So, but she didn't. She was having a baby and couldn't.
She was. There was a
anything else
really good reason that she
and
wasn't on that episode.
Could not give it like just could not give it the headspace. I traded Puck Peterson and obviously won. But it did come down to China. So, you know, those outside human powered health picks, they come through in the end.
Mm.
They do. Wow. I feel like it's going to be like, who was that LA Lakers basketballer who like everyone paid heaps of money to go watch him play and then he was traded to another team and so everyone wanted their money back? I forget who it was, but I feel like this is what this is going to be like.
Oh, you know who like I thought for sure would get picked is Sunyak Soika. She's had some really good results
Canyon.
already this year.
Who's she ride for?
Podium finishes. Canyon. That's the problem. Canyon has like, you have these teams that have like all of these really strong riders like UAE, and you're like, okay, well, they're really, they're up there in the rankings, but will they be again? Because the team structure is completely changed. Okay.
Just quickly, who wins? Who wins this weekend? Who wins? Who wins?
Oh yeah, who's gonna win?
Not the opening weekend. It's
shout.
the opening weekend of the classics. No longer the.
Yeah.
Who goes? Go.
I'm gonna say Van der Breggen wins. I think.
Oof. Not on the start list at the moment, but
Kopecky isn't racing.
Either is
Julie
Van der Breggen.
Vollering is going to start
Dang
her
it.
season.
Yeah. Dang it for me,
Well-
man. Dang it for me. What are you talking about? She's on my team. Not dang it for you. I think Lorena Wiebes would win. Isn't she on your team?
No. Who has Weebus? I can't remember.
Me.
Tilda.
Tilda's got Weebus.
I think she could win.
Yeah, so do
Weavers,
I.
yeah. And
Good.
she
Good.
wants to lay down a marker about being more of a classics rider this year. Like the race to do that in is on loop, right? Like it's
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
on the
Agree.
easier side.
Bollering is going though, but I don't think it's for her.
They'd have to make it so hard, I think.
I think well Persico's going and given that she's on my team, I think I'm gonna have to pick her.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I actually I thought for sure that the start list was wrong when Kopecky wasn't on there.
And
But
Puck could be a
she's-
good pick as well. So it's just you, Tilda. It's just you. So I don't think I've seen the brown jersey of Phoenix.
It looks
so
kind of red on the
probably
coverage.
Anyway.
It's like a rusty red.
Not like
I feel like this opening weekend is going to be, it's like the beginning of the new
Yep.
era of
It's
women's
going to be
cycling
good. Very good.
Yeah.
in a way. It's like the first time,
Mm.
yeah, we're going to see all of the, like most of the top riders minus a couple random ones like Kopecky. We're going to see most of the top riders showing up to this race on their new teams, and we're going to see a bit of what the dynamic is going to be for the rest of the year.
Oh, it's so well spread. Gosh, going through the list. It's so good. It's going to be so good.
All right. Thanks everyone so much for listening. We'll be back on Monday to break down Omloop Het Nieuwsblad, and the draft is done. Let the stress commence.